That's right. Thanks, Daniela. It's time for Catching Up with Carley, presented by Meijer. Today, I am joined by a very special guest. We have Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Day, who just retired after over 32 years in the service. Thank you so much for your service, Jeff. How's it going?
I'm doing well, thank you. I appreciate you guys taking the time to honor me today, which I'm very honored that you guys are doing this. It's a very humbling experience. Can't express how great it is to be retired and how great it is to have support from the Tiger community. I really appreciate everything that they have done.
Absolutely. You have nothing but our support. So let's dive into some memories. Let's talk Tigers. So being from Detroit, what are some of your earliest Tigers memories?
Oh boy, lots of good ones. I remember just Tigers. That was all the talk about growing up. I grew up in Detroit. I was born in 1970. We lived on 7 Mile down by Hoover. We had an empty field next to our house. We were always playing baseball. Going down to the old Tiger Stadium was a trip that we did a lot. Just lots of good memories going in through there. Growing up as a kid, I was often told that I had like Mark Fidrich hair growing up, the bird pitcher. So, going out and just, the old Tigers teams back, from, the World Series back in the 80s. Just lots of good memories from, Trammell and Kirk Gibson and, all those guys. It was just really inspiring, to watch them and to see, good things coming out of Detroit during those times, because we know back then there was a lot of hard times, in Detroit. My dad worked for General Motors down in Hamtramck for a while. Of course, we know what happened down there. But that, and Sparky Anderson, man, I just love Sparky Anderson. Just watching him, it was just, that was just like the epitome of a cool cat. He just was like kept things together. He was cool, he was calm, and just the things that he did with the organization were impressive.
Love it. Okay, and a little bird told me that you would go to Tiger Stadium. Your uncle had seats from the stadium in his
Yeah,
house.
he does. So my uncle Tom's got a couple seats from old Tiger Stadium in his house. So it's pretty cool. When we go up and visit them, we get to sit in them and hang out and relax. But when that stadium came down, there was a lot of good memories in there, and I think it was pretty cool that he was able to get some memorabilia out of there.
It's funny you say that. I remember growing up, my older brother, who's 5 years older than me, he had sand from the mound in Tiger Stadium. I thought it was so
Oh
cool.
wow! Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good idea.
So prior to this COVID-19 pandemic, you were scheduled to deliver the game ball to the pitcher's mound from the game ball delivery program. It was supposed to be on July 4th, and your family was going to be there in town to celebrate your retirement. Now, of course, we know what happened with the season being delayed. You're scheduled to be honored by the game ball dedication. Not that this is the same as that, but we wanted to get to talk to you. Like, what would that have meant to you, and what does that mean to you to be honored in that way?
Well, I was really excited about what we had planned to do, and I tell you, Brandon is a world-class public relations guy. He went out of his way to help us out, get everything set up, and of course, Mother Nature came in and took over, and so that's what happens. But traditionally, when we retire, we do a ceremony, and usually we'll get people together in a small room and just have a simple ceremony and have a dinner or something afterwards. But we wanted to do something different, so we wanted to do the retirement ceremony at Comerica Park. And what better time than the 4th of July to celebrate our nation's independence? So we had it set up to deliver the game ball on that day, and then have the ceremony up on one of the decks, and then things happen. So now we're on to this route. And I was approached by Brandon. Said that they wanted to dedicate the opening game ball to me, and I was flabbergasted. I was just taken back. I said, "Wow, that's an honor. It really is, because it's the opening day. It's the opening game ball. To me, that's like, am I worthy of that or not? But I appreciate that, and I appreciate them taking the time. There's other places and people that need to be recognized as well."
You touched on it, and let me expand on it a bit. So you are scheduled to be honored by the game ball dedication, where your name will be on the game ball, placed on the pitcher's mound on opening day. So that's incredible. I
Wow.
mean, you
Yeah, that
deserve it
is.
more
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I'm really honored. That's even when you say it now, I'm just like, wow, you know, that's very humbling. Yeah.
Well, it's the least we can do to say thank you. So now let's talk. You touched on the 4th of July. What does the 4th of July mean to you?
That really begins our freedom. That's our freedom as a nation. We are the best nation in the world. We do have a lot of work to do. We have to keep fighting for the rights for everybody. Um, Fortunately, it's taken some. We'll just say it. It's taken some actions of some bad people that have brought things to light. Growing up in Detroit, you see a lot of stuff that happened there. But as the years come back that I've come and visited, and to see the progress the city has made with turning things around, and, it just gives you hope. So you hope with, the 4th of July, our independence, our freedom, and that, just instill hope in people that, change can happen.
It can. And while you were deployed overseas, did you look forward to coming home and watching those Tigers games, or watching them while you were deployed?
Yeah, actually, while watching deployed was a big thing. I had an office in Japan. It was a very nice office when I was stationed there the second time, and they would come on. The Tigers games would come on during the day, in the mornings for us, or late in the day. So depending on the time zone difference, get them on. Other times when we were in Iraq and Afghanistan, being able to catch the games there, sometimes it would be about 3, 2 in the morning, something like that. But, that was a good break. We appreciate the American Forces Network broadcasting those. We appreciate the Major League Baseball allowing the American Forces Network to broadcast those games. So it does make a difference, when you're doing your job and there's a lot going on, when you can sit down and have a distraction and talking about sports, and how much how much better the Tigers are than Kansas City, Cleveland, all those other teams, so, and the Yankees and the Red Sox. So yeah.
Love it. A little chirping. It is nice to have
Yeah,
that.
yeah, definitely.
You're so far away from home.
Right. Yes, definitely.
You spoke on Kansas City. Now let's talk about that. So you said you were stationed, we talked previously, you said you were stationed in Kansas City, and you were able to go to the game in Kansas City when Miggy clinched the Triple Crown. What was that memory like?
I did. That was so awesome. And I didn't really fully understand what was going on. I never heard the word Triple Crown before until I was reading the news that he was coming up. And when I was stationed in Kansas City in 2012, this was really the first time I've been stationed somewhere close to a city that had a Major League Baseball team, of course, okay. Kansas City Royals. Mm-hmm. And so Kansas City Royals, very friendly team, friendly to military. They do well with the ticket prices. And so I saw the Tigers were coming to town. I said, definitely got to go. So I went down, and I was at his game when he won the Triple Crown. I was sitting behind the Tiger dugout about 7 rows back. And I tell you what, man, it was just an incredible feeling, to see that happen in person. And I saw his family bring his daughter down to the field afterwards. So it was just, an incredible feeling just to see that happen, and just to realize, what goes behind that Triple Crown. In the spring of 2013, when we were still there in Kansas City, when the season started again, I was actually at a game that Prince Fielder hit a foul ball, and I actually caught that ball. And
no way.
I did. So, and then I gave it to a friend of mine because his son was with us. So it was his first baseball game. So I was able to do that. But it was pretty cool just to see them, hitting like crazy, man. Just the way they hit the balls were awesome. Yeah.
I love that. And we haven't had the best of luck, the Tigers, that is, in the last season, but looking forward to this next season. It's a shortened season. It's a little weird, but what are you expecting from the Tigers? What are we going to see this season?
I'm expecting better than last year. How about that?
Yep.
It's really hard to follow. Yeah. Set the expectations high. But yeah, it's really. I'm curious. I'm watching this pitching. I want to see where this is going to go, because the dugout makes or breaks it. So if we got a good pitching team that can get us through the games, and that's where I feel some of the challenges have been, especially towards the end when it's that seventh, eighth, and ninth inning, and then that's sometimes where we feel our losses.
Well, I love it. And I know you're positive. I'm positive about the season. We're all looking forward to it. And I just want to give you a special thank you so much. And we appreciate your service and all you've done for us and this country. Thank you so much for joining me on Catching Up with Carley, presented by Meijer. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you. Y'all take care. I appreciate you having me. Go Tigers. World Series champions coming up this year. All right.
I love it. I love the positivity.